What's good, everybody? I'm gonna be telling y'all the 5 things that they don't tell you about being a barber, the process of being a barber, and things that you should know. So we're gonna start off with the first thing, man. The long process of you sitting here. You gotta be taking the walk-ins. It's a day-by-day thing. You gotta one by one get a client and lock them in, and it takes time, man. Some people it takes weeks, some people months, some people years. Everybody's different, you know what I'm saying? Everybody is different. You got people that'll come in and within a year they'll be fully booked, fully jumping, and you got other people that take 2-3 years to get fully booked, or however long they take. You know what I'm saying? It might be longer than that, it might be shorter than that. It's just a whole process. And the hardest part is sitting down here for hours watching everybody else cut hair and get money, and you making basically starting off with the bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? You might be sitting in your chair and today you only cut 2 or 3 heads. The dude right next to you, he might already cut 8 to 10 heads. You know what I'm saying? If that, maybe more. So you like, damn, you sitting here like, I ain't got nothing. But it's all a process, man. It's all a process. At first, you got to take the walk-ins. You got to lock them in. You got to learn, you know what I'm saying? You got to get better at your customer service, get better at your cutting hair. It's a lot of things that you got to learn first for you to be, like, good at just locking them in, you know what I'm saying? Getting them people to come back and sit in your chair. So that's one of the things that I would say. The second thing that they don't tell you is your customer service. Customer service is damn near more important than the haircut, man. It's damn near more important than how the haircut comes out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't be out here zeking dudes and leaving a whole crazy ass line on dudes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You got to line people up nice and get them a nice fade and this and that, a decent haircut. But customer service is top priority. Like, you could treat somebody right, super right, and give them like this great experience, and you'll just win them off of that instead of giving them a fire ass fade. And they still might go somewhere else because they're like, all right, yeah, he could fade or whatever, but he don't got the good customer service. You know what I'm saying? Like greeting people and, hey, do you want a water? Or hey, how's your day going? Asking people how their day going. Like just being nice or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Being accommodating to your client. A lot of people think it's more about the fading and the crisp lines and this and that, but it's really not, because the average person doesn't even like realize how good a fade is. You know what I'm saying? Like us barbers, we could tell like, damn, that's a nice fade. Like bro just did a nice fade on him, bro, this and that. But like the average person will look in the mirror and just like it's got to be halfway decent, and they're gonna be like, all right, that shit looks good, because they don't have that barber eye, you know what I'm saying, in order to be like, oh, there's a big line here. Like you might get a couple people that know their shit here and there, but most of the time people don't even really know what they're looking at. Prime example, I used to be the same way. When I used to go get a haircut from my barber, I had plenty of barbers in the past, and dudes used to zeke me and this and that, and I wouldn't even know, you know what I'm saying? I would just look in the mirror and I'll be like, all right, boom, I'll look, but I'm not even looking at the fade. I'm just looking right here and hoping that my hairline's straight, and I'm not even worried about it. I kind of look over here like, I kind of look like, all right, like as long as it looks decent, it don't look crazy, but I still really wasn't knowing what I was looking at. So basically I would just be looking at my hairline all the time. So basically, man, customer service is the best thing you could, work on, man. Obviously, your haircutting skills are going to get better every day that you cutting hair and this and that. That's going to get better with time. But customer service is key. Another thing to add on to the customer service is like being on time, making appointments and knowing that, you're going to be on time with them. You see what I'm saying? Because you could be cutting hair and you'll make an appointment with some to book them. You'll make an appointment for them, and then you over here cutting and you running late and stuff. Like you got to know how to, all right, boom, I take an hour long cutting hair, let's say, right? Boom, all right, I'm gonna book every hour a client. That way I'm not talking about 30 minutes and I'm still another 30 minutes with the client. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like bad customer service, because people are going to be like, damn, like, Kev, you booked me for 8:30 and now I'm here. It's 9 o'clock and I'm still here. Like, people got stuff to do, you know? Like, people aren't trying to be like waiting on you all day. And then you got hella competition out here. It's 10 other barbers, 8 other barbers, whatever, like, you know, whatever your barbershop holds, is other barbers in there. So at one point they get tired and be like, hey man, if Kev ain't on point and doing this and doing how they got to do, they're going to move on to the next person. You know what I'm saying? You ain't nobody special. Also, communication. Like, you got to communicate with your clients. Hey, the third thing they don't tell you about barbering, man, is you got to kind of be cutthroat in this business. You see what I'm saying? Like, certain clients are going to try you and play with your time and this and that. You got to let them know, hey, listen, man, this is a business. Because a lot of times clients think this is like a hangout and we just chill all day and this is like whatever they think it is. You know what I'm saying? But you got to treat it like a business. So people will not show up on time. People make appointments and not show up at all. You know, people will come in here drunk or loud or whatever it is. You know, like, people have their certain stuff, and that's fine. But sometimes you got to put people in place and let them know, hey man, this is a business. You know, we running it professionally and we can't have that here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you're missing appointments and stuff, I let dudes know, like, hey man, I'll send out a text. Hey man, next time let me know if you're gonna be late. Next time let me know if you're not gonna show up to the appointment, because I could have easily taken somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I could have easily taken somebody else and got that money, but I'm over here relying on you keeping your slot open, and you don't show up and you don't even give me at least a courtesy text. Like, come on, man, you gotta at least give me a courtesy text. Like, at least be like, yo, Kev, I'm not gonna make it, but like 30 minutes or like 15 minutes, like something, man. Like, you know, communication is key. So let me know that you ain't coming or you're coming late so I could work around it. You know what I'm saying? And this is our life. You know, this is where we get our money from. So sometimes people don't understand that, and you got to let them know, like, hey, yeah, I'm a barber. This is cool and all, but like, my business is run like this. Like, you know, you got to show me some communication, show me some respect. And, you know, sometimes you'll get people that come in here loud, drunk. You might have to tell them, hey, man, just chill. Don't, like, you know, we don't, like, we're not trying to bring that over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, I had a client one time, he was talking crazy, talking about, you know, just crazy sexual stuff. And I'm like, yo, you got to chill, bro. Like, you know, in here, we're pretty loose with it. We're professional with it, but we pretty much loose with it sometimes. But there's certain times where there might be women in here, children in here, so you can't be talking crazy, and you got other people in here that, you know, it might be like, what the hell, like, what are these people running? You know what I'm saying? People might be saying something crazy. I'm gonna have to be like, hey, bro, just chill out, bro. Like, let's leave that for another day. You know what I'm saying? Let's pipe down, just chill. And I'll try to switch up the conversation. I'm usually good at that. You know, I'll bring up another conversation and stuff. Fourth thing they don't tell you about barbering is that you will be standing for long hours and your back is going to be hurting for sure. For sure, your back going to be hurting, man. Listen, man, I'm a young dude. I'm 27. My back stay hurting, man. Bro, shit feels like I'm 40. You know what I'm saying? Feels like I'm already 40 already. Nah, I'm just fucking with y'all. But look, man, listen. You were going to be standing for a long time, periods of time, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I get in here, I'll be coming from 9 a.m., from when I walk in, 9 a.m. all the way to 1 o'clock. Boom, then I'll go hit my lunch up. I might get a little hour lunch, I might get a 30-minute lunch. And then boom, I start cutting again, 2, 3, 4 heads. And sometimes you'll have, you know, appointments. Boom, you might be like, oh, I got a couple appointments, 2, 3 o'clock. And then boom, walk-ins start coming in. Or we call them walk-in clients, which is like, you know, clients that just walk in, but they like to come to you if you're available and stuff. And that's kind of like your client, but he's a walk-in. So it's just like a whole barber term. But anyways, like, then you'll get packed up with all them people, and then you're trying to fit everybody in. Like, so you're just standing, you know, on your feet for long hours. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to hurt your back. You're going to be standing over people and, you know, like, doing with the razor and this and that. Your back going to be hurting. You know what I'm saying? Your back going to be hurting. It's not easy work. Like, yeah, it's easy to like cut and do this. Like, you ain't sweating or nothing, but you are busting your ass though. You cutting 10, 12 heads a day, you gonna feel that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you not just gonna come out of here like, oh yeah, I'm straight. Like, nah, bro. We come out of here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we be beat. You know what I'm saying? We be beat up. And especially if you a book barber, man, like, you know, there's a lot of barbers in here that are super solidly booked, like booked to the T. Man, they never stop cutting. You know what I'm saying? They barely got time for lunch. And they just cutting, man, getting that money. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, man. That's one thing that you got to know. You're going to be standing for long periods of times. And sometimes you might need to use like compression socks. Like when I know, you know, I'm booked and stuff, like on the weekends and stuff, I sometimes put on my compression socks. Which, you know, you could do your research on compression socks. You could cut for longer and you won't feel so tired and stuff. But man, I'm not gonna lie, after a while, you gonna feel it in your back at least. You know, I usually know when I've been cutting for a minute, because I hit like 250, 300, that's when my back starts hurting. You know, when I got 300, 250 in my pocket, I'm like, oh shit, I already know. Like, that's when my back starts hurting, I know I'm at like 250, 300. I'm like, all right, we Gucci already. You know what I'm saying? Everything else, we eating out here. You feel me? But yeah, man, that's one of the other things. Bro, the fifth thing I'm going to tell you that they don't tell you about barbering is that you are a therapist. 100% sure, 100% for a fact, you are a therapist now, son. You are a full-blown therapist. People are going to come in your seat and tell you all your problems, man. They don't care about what you got going on. They ain't worried about that shit. You know what I'm saying? This is their time to tell you about their problems. And you know what? It's your time to listen. And, you know, some people don't give input. Some people give opinions. Me, personally, I like to give opinions. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you a good client of mine, and I've been cutting your hair for a while and this and that. We build a relationship. I'm going to put my 2 cents in, but that's just how I am. I never not say what I want to say out of my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But I like to keep it real with my clients. You know, I like to let people know, like, hey, man, like, this is what it is. Because I believe a lot in energy. So, like, when you give that energy out, it comes back to you. And damn, how do I say it? I expect the same thing. I expect you to tell me the truth. I might be tripping, man. I might be like, damn, you know, I might do this decision, and somebody might tell me, hey, nah, Kev, you tripping, bro. Like, stay in your lane. And I might be like, all right, you right, bro. I know you right. You know what I'm saying? I might take people's word for it because, you know, hey, you never know. Take a second opinion or a couple opinions. It don't hurt. But you're going to be a therapist in this chair, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be a therapist. While you cutting hair, people going to tell you about their problems, their divorce, their girl, their car payments too high, their mortgage. Man, listen, all type of stuff, man. You got beef, people getting beat up or whatever going on, the roommate smoking in the room, and now you got to kick the roommate out. Just, man, listen, everything that you could think of, you gonna hear that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And you just gotta be able to be cutting hair and, you know, be a good listener. You know what I'm saying? Keep the conversation going and help them out. If maybe they need something, you know, help them out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is my take on what you know, on your decision or whatever and this and that. And if you don't like giving opinions, that's fine too. You know what I'm saying? You just listen to them. That's all they want. They want you to listen, man. Because, you know, a lot of times life out here be lifing and people be going through stuff, man. And they don't have nobody to vent to. You know what I'm saying? And they'll come in here and just vent to you, you know? And I'm a young dude. I'm not gonna lie, you know? I'm a young dude. I'm only 27 years old. And I got older people, you know, come in here and they vent to me, man. And I don't even know them, really. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know them. Like, first time cutting them. They walk in, boom, hey, this and that. And they just start telling me about their problems. And I just listen, man. Like, and it's good for me, too, you know, because you learn when you're listening to people's mistakes. Excuse me. You listen to people's mistakes and what they're going through and stuff. You learn from it. You know, you learn from other people's mistakes. Like, damn, I'm not going to do what he did, or I'm going to do what he did just this way, or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You could twist it to however you need to twist it. But yeah, man, you go and become a therapist, man. For sure, for sure. All right, yo. So that was the 5 things that they don't tell you about barbering and that you need to know, man, before you want to come in and be a barber and think everything's sweet in here, man. There's a couple things that you got to think about. There's a lot more that goes into it, but that was just, the top 5 things that I felt like, that's the top 5 things that I felt like don't be talked about. They don't talk about this enough. But that's what it is, man. I hope y'all enjoy the video, and I'll catch y'all next time.